There you go. So anyway, I like doing ditties, walking around the house, doing ditties, always singing when I'm on my own, whether it be somebody else's ditty, my ditty, my ditty, my own guitar ditty, 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 but this one is my own. 'Cause I am my only best friend, my friend, dun dun. And I am my only best friend, my friend, my friend. And I just have one last moon dance with you, my friend. 'Cause I am my only best friend, my friend. Yeah, I was just singing that off the back of, I just had a little, if you're not a fake, get on Facebook and be my friend, because I do more stuff on that, even though it's less, well, it's a bigger audience. It only goes up to 5,000. But I'm basically a bit about me. I like to just talk about. I come up with a thing about me. I like to just talk about. I come up with a thing on a thunderclap. If you type in Laura Rickner thunderclap, you can see an idea for a homeless, well, not just homeless, a lower class social work franchise potential idea. Orientation is lock, rotate, vice back. What does that mean? What does that mean? You don't have to do that. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, me, Laura Rickner, artist, creative, blah, 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 writer. But I come up with this idea, and it's on my Facebook, and it's called, on my YouTube, called Hands on Wheels, and it's a thunderclap. And now I've since developed that, and I've met 5 charities around London. Alright, and renamed the brand Arrival Prime. It's hip hop in motion. I don't care if I've got no audience members. It's a capital franchise. Because if you want to own a chicken shop, you got your choice of 20. If you want to own your own social work franchise on wheels, you got a choice of none. So basically, it's a mobile social work franchise. And if you look at my thunderclap, it will tell you details about the vehicle and washrooms. Anyway, I've since met 5 charities. Choir with No Name, Streetwise Opera, Cardboard Citizens, St Mungo's, Crisis, that's to name 5, who can all be linked up with the simple help of a person on wheels. You can show people that are disenfranchised these places. That's practicality talking. You can always use it as well for people that live in squats and need someone to move basic bits of furniture. Who knows? Anyway, the idea come about. Working girl story, kind of like Melanie Griffith. Handheld devices, used to work at Sky. We're talking about implementing sofa surfing, because people stink that live on the streets, or sometimes they come from very impoverished places and they do smell. So it'll come fitted with washroom, and people can get a new fresh kit, and then they can go about their business. People will be more inclined to put up people in hostels, on sofas, in hotels, if they had a trusted brand who can then register them in places, blah, blah, blah. It goes on, the practicalities, just Thrive design. Also, the squat buildings that are communal and actually legal squats in London agreed to use them as 999 shelters in winter, literally obliterating homeless deaths. Now, this is something police could do, obviously, but they don't. They just take away people's blankets, and they don't seem to get too lovingly involved. So you could take people to these places, and you've obliterated homeless deaths. You're just using the place, you know, mattresses, basic stuff, and tea and toast, just like the 999 shelter in Deptford. So they've agreed to use those at various places around London. So a few people working in this role, having their own franchisee business, could do this stuff, and I'm sure it'd be subsidised by the government. I'm sure they would also help with that, and the person that is actually doing the job, they're raising their own revenue with advertising space on the van, and they're also, it's a novelty donation point built into the van, so kids can throw money at, probably kids are appealed to it because it's like a basketball net, throw money at the van, ball, ball, ball. So that's another way to raise money, and also canvassing, they'd have their people that canvass, but also it's a big donation. People, I'm sure, in wealthy positions would actually love to give these people money, because you're facilitating youth getting passports, getting them fixed abodes, and getting them up on their fucking feet. And like the Prince's Trust, it's NVQs and stuff like that. It would be done. Oh God, people names popping up. Oh no, get. Oh, did you cut out? Yes, so have I been live? Well, then there's me abusing my friend anyway. That was me abusing my friend because I got cut off. But anyway, where was we? Yeah, so handheld devices, blah, blah, blah. So you're talking about, it's a big operation. You'd have call centres and you'd be working with them. The people be doing CVs, so they'd be offering things like woofing is fruit picking farming, global enterprises. Good opportunities for youth. Because they don't mind camping out, sleeping under the stars, getting a basic wage, getting their feet and giving me some incentive to see the world, really. Rather than sitting on their arse going, got any change? Because at the end of the day, it's boring. I mean, Londoners, you know, they've been there, got that, read the Ben Westwood t-shirt, Poems from a Runaway. It's about a 12-year-old that run away, 13, 14, 15, and his life on the streets. That was quite interesting, read that other day. But basically, Arrival Prime, power to the people, right on time, is the name of the brand. It goes on, and it's limitless potential thrive design. And I would like to do it, refilm it, and put it on a crowd fundraising platform to just get the money to, even if you see it as a bit of Banksy type design art on the street with the logo's great. Even if you have one, just to start the ball rolling and get an idea of what it'd feel like to have a brand ethos like that on the street. And I said that if it's like, you know, Drake, God's plan, you know, distribution of wealth, imagine I've met some crazy ass stories in my time and you'd be like, wow, that actually happened to you. You are telling me you were black and blue on a hospital bed and that's when authorities made you sign over your kids for adoption. So you've come to your senses since then and you're not even with that person. Yeah. So you get people that have got such miserable stories out there. And you're like, they must have been so alone and desperate and really fucked up and not to have that person. And then people go, oh, no, no. There's always these sort of people that have been conditioned. And I can sense you when I talk to so many people about this. And you've got those staunch people that hate people having ideas and think that this is blessed life the way it is, even though they seem to be miserable. Oh, the authorities are doing that because they have to. That kid deserves that home. No, long-term fostering for sure. I'm not saying that. You know, lifetime fostering for sure. But there is no way in fucking God's good earth that that mother should not have access to her child 2, 3, 4 years down the track if she wants to. Say, oh, you know, not abandon child. Because a big part of understanding who you are is understanding the two aspects that fucking created you. And there's no motherfucker on this earth that can tell me differently. So it's just like things like that. Facilitating people if they need funds, and also this is a huge part of it, and I do work in TV and film broadcasting. You'd have a transparency to avoid any corruption of anything. You'd have a platform where people would be getting awards for people that they've helped or the cases that they've done, you know, just like a broadcast channel. And the people basically that have got to face these sort of things and they really do need community help. That's what hip hop's about, isn't it? Ultimately, it's about a better community, a bigger community. So you'd just be highlighting them so people are not alone when they are at their alonest. Because there's a whole lot, like I said, suicide prevention minister. What is he doing that I'm not doing now? You know, and also this is the other part of it. And another reason it come about is the illegal squats. People pop open squats all over London all the time, and it's illegal. But what you need to do is when they take it back off the squatters, they charge the council £10 and then they charge £300 per room and divide it all up and call it guardian buildings, right? So you get sometimes about 12 rooms out of one old people's home, for example, and they're making £300 a month from that. And now on the case that gave me the idea originally as well, was there was an old guy and his dog, and I thought, well, there should be a caretaker here to at least, you know, give him one room and give him a bit of literature to hand out about Arrival Prime. And he can be like, you know, a stake in the community, you know, and that's it. Another reason. And, you know, basic literature, we're not challenging the big issue because you've got the big issue, which is an institution in its own right. And this would just be another institution, a great institution. Not an institution as such, but just a boom, counter to imbalance and a huge thing that, yes, in a way there are certain roles within that the police could be getting on with. Like, you know, if you really saw a case that they were picking on and they thought, oh, I really want to take this one under my wing, then I will make him a CV and I will try and help them that way. You know, it's that kind of thing. But it's like people need fixed abodes. And the Hive building, which is now closed down, was a big incentive for making this video as well. But this needs to be a crowd fundraiser. So anybody that sees this that might be interested in helping me refilm that, around London, I mean, getting permissions from charities is very difficult. For some reason, they always don't want to do it. It's like, oh, you can't get permission to say that that would be useful to you. That just bringing people here to point them out where a soup kitchen is or where this charity is doing that event. There's one every single night of the week around London. You haven't got to feel alone or on the street, basically, or you haven't got to feel like a homeless person. It's a huge community. It's a thriving community. And in effect, if you had a link, it's just another link in the chain. And a most beautiful, needed, practical solution to homeless deaths. And the list is endless of what you can do with it, really. You know, I saw it in last winter as people saying helping people get to the shops and elderly. I mean, it's non-exhaustive. It's like how you choose to spend your time because you're the boss. You know, that's the beauty part. Yeah, yeah, you are the beauty. You know what I mean? A social worker. If you find yourself like me all the time, you've always got people that they are quite sad and desperate, lonely people. If you're spending time with them as a tax write-off, why not? You know, if you're actually helping people and coming across stuff and going, yeah, that's a genuine case. It's easy, it's doable. Handheld devices, linking up all the other engineers, because you would be an engineer, you're a social engineer. You've got all your mates around. It's just a link. Thank you very much. Arrival Prime, power to the people, right on time. And I am my only best friend, my friend. That's why I'm not getting a job, because I've got stuff to do. I'm trying to write a screenplay about how it come about, because it's a very beautiful people story.